watching News at Prime. Let's take you now to Azerbaijan in Baku, and that's where we find Newzroom Afrika's Mweli Masilela, who joins us now to tell us about the opening of the South African Pavilion a little earlier. And Mweli, good evening to you. My time. Talk to us about what the opening of the South African Pavilion was all about at the COP29.
Colin, maybe let me start by updating you that most of the participants of this conference are starting to leave the summit venue at the present moment. But when you look at them in their faces and also having a conversation with them, you can tell that at this present moment, there is no solid resolutions that have been taken. Colin, remember, the biggest discussion here is the issue of climate finance, especially on the side of developing countries. In 2009, they were promised that at least about 100 billion rand fund will be established so that they can be able to attend to some of their climate change issues in their different countries. But at this present moment, as even we spoke to the minister, he's saying that most of those resolutions that were taken, seemingly in terms of implementation, nothing has been achieved at the present moment. So the biggest thing now is that what happens to ensure that those funds are made available, especially for those developing countries. And when you look at the current discussions, it looks like we will only have an idea in the next few coming days, clearly. But the opening of the South African Pavilion today, what I can tell you is that the minister was actually conveying a message to those attending, which is the business community, civil society, to say that everyone needs to work together at the present moment to actually make sure that the issue of climate change is mitigated. Let's just take a listen.
COP29 presents an opportunity to advocate for an innovative and improved financial framework that can mobilize substantial resources more efficiently. Such a model must ensure predictable, accessible, and adequate funding and address the shortcomings of existing systems and empowering countries like South Africa to implement ambitious climate actions. Our highly competent team of negotiators has been working around the clock during the technical negotiations.
So, that's the Minister of Forestry, Fisheries as well as the Environment addressing during the launch of the South African Pavilion. I can tell you that, as I said, the issue of some of the business leaders also attending this summit because they are talking mainly about innovation, to say that if things need to change, there must be new technology introduced in different sectors of the economy. That's when things will work. We know that at the present moment, also, there is the issue of South Africa relying more on coal in as far as the generation of energy is concerned. And the minister saying that, well, they've tried quite a number of things, and also they are working on what clearly is called nationally determined contributions, to say at the present moment, this is what has been done by South Africa to ensure that we move from fossil fuels to renewable energy. An example here clearly being the issue of the Komati power station, which was decommissioned in 2022, even though the minister made it very clear that Komati is not a good example in as far as implementation is concerned, mainly because it looks like there are some people that were left behind. Remember, they want to have everyone on board, even community members who've been complaining about their businesses having to close, and also some former employees losing their jobs at that particular power station. So he's saying that those are some of the issues that need to be looked into comprehensively. But let's take a listen to the CEO of National Business Initiative, Shamila Subramani, as to what she had to say about businesses working together to ensure that they also make a key contribution on the issue of mitigating climate change.
I would like to specifically thank the business community for their ongoing support of the pavilion and clear intent to see SA Inc. grow and be a safe, sustainable and prosperous place in which all of her children can thrive. The challenge we face, we know, will require all of the very best we have to give in commitment, resources, intellectual capital, but most importantly, a heart of sincerity and positive intent.